Okay. All right, so here is today's agenda. I'll go over the meeting guidelines and give my introductions and do attendance. We'll review we won't have to review last month's minutes, but then we'll go into, I'll give an update about the Yankee scholarship, and then we'll have our guests from the Williamsbridge Oval Rec Center, DOE, New York Public Library, and or CEC District 10. And I have on mine Literacy Inc. as well. I know that Gladys is in here, so she will also get a chance to speak. And if anyone else is here that would like to speak towards the end, you can message me right now, and I'll give you some time after our last presentation. So let me begin with the, whatchamacallit, the guidelines. 1 second. Apologies for the delay. I just had it and I lost it. Okay. So good evening, everyone. My name is Lauris Acosta, Chair of the Education, Youth, and Libraries Committee. This is Bronx Community Board 7's Education, Youth, and Libraries Committee. We just went over the agenda. On September 2nd, 2021, Governor Kathy Hochul signed into law Chapter 417 of the laws of 2021, which authorizes the community board to run this meeting remotely, and minutes will be taken for record keeping. The minutes will appear on our website within days and can be requested from the Bronx Community Board 7 staff at any time. If you are calling into this meeting on the conference controls while joining from landline or cell by calling dial-up number, I'm sorry if I read that wrong, but to hear available commands, enter star on your phone. Star 6 to mute or unmute yourself, star 9 to virtually raise your hand. We will run this meeting as follows. Here's the code of conduct. Penalties and actions. Bronx Community Board 7 has the right to remove and or ask a member of the public to leave a meeting or block participation of anyone who engages in inappropriate conduct, including but not limited to obscene or offensive images or language, personal attacks, threats, or any other behavior that reasonably impedes the orderly administration of the meeting. Repeated offenses will be reviewed by the board's executive committee or any other assigned committee for a ban, the amount of time to be objectively determined by the above committee. Right, of the participation in the event of repeated disruptive behavior. If in-person outbursts or attacks continue, this will be considered disturbing the peace and the authorities shall be summoned. Everyone besides the speaker/presenter will stay muted throughout the meeting. After each presentation is over, I will inquire if committee members have questions. Committee members will signify that they have a question by pressing the raise hand button on your screen on Zoom or request to speak through the chat when the chair opens the floor. Members of the public who have joined through the online link will be able to ask questions and make a brief statement on the item after each presentation and after the committee has had an opportunity to ask clarifying questions by pressing the raised hand button on your screen on Zoom or request to speak through the chat when the chair opens the floor. Only those recognized by the chair of the committee will be allowed to speak during the allotted time. We will stay on topic with the agenda items. Any other items will be acknowledged by the chair in new business or addressed at the next meeting, granted there is time and the committee agrees on the topic. Following the questions, discussion, and public comment portion, the committee will begin their discussion after each presentation/agenda item and will conclude with the decision to vote on the recommendation. When the agenda is finished with the meeting the meeting will be adjourned. If there are any questions related to the meeting software or to our process, please use the chat function or raise hand function now or contact the district manager. With that said, I'll go straight into attendance. Let me share my screen. Okay, Lauris Acosta, present. Janelle Robinson.
Here.
Hi, Janelle. Nora Fury.
Nora Fury is here.
Thank you, Nora. Yenny Medina.
Here.
Thank you, Yenny. Adeline Walker Santiago. Jomar Quintana. Tasha Andrews.
Here.
Thank you, Tasha. Danielle Herbert Guggenheim. Okay, we have quorum. So with that being said, 1 second. Our first in new business. Actually, I'm sorry, introduction. I do want to say, just to begin, as you know, well, for those of you who do know, last month we did not meet quorum, but since then I was able to connect with and speak to most of our education committee. And I do want to share that we have a talented group. We have a very diverse, we're across all the spectrum of education, and we have different points of views. Everybody here is walking the talk. They're contributing to the youth in some way, shape, or form. So we have a lot of potential. We are all on the same page, and I do want to share that we are currently working. Well, I connected with Literacy Inc. and Gladys is on the line. She might be able to touch on that, or maybe not yet. But in June, late June, specifically June 28th, we are planning a literacy event. We plan to do a read aloud, and we want to invite all members of the community. So stay tuned, and I'll reach out to everyone to see if they would like to participate or help out in any way, shape, or form. We also have an update about the Yankee Scholarship. So we officially, we've submitted all of our 4 of our, I guess, applications. We couldn't get 5. As you know, it was a struggle for the past couple of months, but because it's 4, not 5, we don't have to vote on it.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, this is Adeline Walker Santiago. Having trouble getting on. I got on.
Okay, I'm glad you're on. I'll put you on for attendance and welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I was saying, I spoke to Jade before we started this meeting, and all 4 of the Yankee applicants are very deserving. They have good grades, and they will be honored on the field in June. So stay tuned. We'll, I guess, share a picture when that does happen. And next year we're gonna get 5, and there won't be any excuses. So that's that. And for our first guest, is there a summer youth employment representative here? SYEP? I guess not. Okay, 1 second. All right, next we have Williamsbridge Oval Rec Center. I see Sarah is here. Sarah, you have the floor.
Yes, hi, thank you for having me. So in case people don't know, Williamsbridge Oval Rec Center is located in Williamsbridge Oval Park, the Oval Park, and we have free programming for anyone 24 and younger. For adults, they charge $50 for 6 months. That allows you to go to any other rec center in the city except for ones with pools. The only pool in the Bronx is St. Mary's, which unfortunately is going to be going under renovation for a bit. But otherwise, it's $75 for 6 months. And then we also have people with disability, veterans, and seniors 62 and over are all $25 for the year. Just to, at our site, every site is a little bit different. But for us, we have a fitness room and a game room. So we have the game room as a ping pong table, billiards, and we have board games and activities like that kids can come in and hang out in. And we also do fitness classes a lot for adults and seniors during the morning hours. But in the afternoon, we have youth programming. So Monday through Friday between 3 and 6 p.m., we offer free programming with sports, fitness, arts, and all that the kids need to do is to sign up for a membership. We also are doing Saturday programming. So we have family art, which is on at noon on Saturdays. So that welcomes the entire family. The adults don't have to be members, just the child has to be a member, and then they can come to do the activities together. We also have sports leagues. So in the fall, we'll be doing flag football. In the winter, we do basketball. And now that it's spring, we're starting up for the first time doing soccer. So all those activities are free and open to the public. We just ask that everyone get a membership. Then we have some upcoming events. We have concerts always in the park. We have Friday night art, which is geared towards adults, but we allow kids to come in. So the last Friday of each month between 6 and 7:30, we have an instructor who either does painting or silhouette drawing, some kind of special activity. And we are looking at our family fitness festival. I was just emailing people to see if people are interested to be a part of it. That's going to be Saturday, June 25th from 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And it's an annual event where we like to promote being healthy. We do fitness demos, cooking demos. We also try to get people in the park by offering raffles, because that's what gets people's attention. So I'm always looking to partner, and I know I've worked with many of you before. So if you're ever interested, I also wanted to talk about the connection I have with Book Fairies. They're a nonprofit organization that distributes books to communities. It's supposed to be, don't quote me, it's something about the free meals program. That's how they do it, because they're based off of Long Island, but essentially it's like low income areas, neighborhoods that need books. So a few years ago, you ever heard of Free Little Library? Someone put that on my table and I kept looking at it. And then eventually a senior actually said she was moving and she was getting rid of a bookshelf and offered it to me. And that's when I thought, oh, okay, we can put that in our lobby. And I found Book Fairies because I was like, someone has to be giving away books. And this is an amazing organization. They're located on the southern part of Long Island, and their main goal is that they're books that you're proud to own. So it can't be ripped up and drawn in. They take all the books and essentially they sort them out by like picture book, chapter book, adult, and like activity books. So really, they've been amazing. How I just love the way they made it work, because a lot of the times you find teenagers who need to volunteer. They can't find a place. They always take teenagers to sort the books, and they deliver books. Now, they only deliver on Long Island, but I live in Queens, so they use organizations that work with people with disabilities who normally have a van already access to. So those groups, they pick up the books and they deliver it to the homes, and then I can bring it up here to the Bronx. And for basically all our events, we put books out so that people can take it home with them. And I think it's very important because if a child has books in their home, they're definitely more likely to read it. And I know you just mentioned that literacy day. I'd be happy to speak with them about it and get you guys some books so that they can, take it home with them. And I'll also point out, just because I went to last Friday, there's a new documentary coming out. It's called 1.5 Million, and it's about literacy in the Bronx. And that it was basically about how Barnes and Noble's left and how there's only a few bookstores now in the Bronx, but it's very interesting documentary. And then we spoke about it, and they highlighted different people and organizations that are working to keep literacy. But if anyone has any questions, they want to partner, I'll put my email address and phone number in the chat so that you can learn more about the rec center.
Sarah, thank you so much. As you know, I've been trying to get you here for a while now. I love everything that the Williamsbridge Oval offers to our youth, but I guess I'm a little biased, but I'm very excited about the fact that you basically have a community library, and
Mhm.
we do know that books are not accessible, especially here in the Bronx. So we do need more spaces like the one that you have. So I'm glad that you're willing to, I guess, join us at our events and I guess have books for those who want them. So thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Sarah? Sarah, do you know when the documentary will be released to the public?
I'm not really sure, but I can send you a link about the information. I know they're doing a premiere next week. Um, at whatever, there's one movie theater here I know in the Bronx, I guess in Koa, am I right? Or they're
Yeah.
working on that one, but I'll send you a link with it, the information.
All right, cool. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah,
So thank
thank
you.
you.
All right. Okay, so let me see, who do we have next? Next, do we have anybody from our New York Public Libraries here? Going once, going twice. Do we have anyone here from the DOE? Any DOE updates?
From the Moshulu Library.
Oh, Marshall Library is here.
Hi, yes.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, the floor is yours.
Okay. My name is Jane Addison Amoya. I'm the library manager for the Moshulu branch. Good evening, everyone. So I just want to inform everyone that we have started in-person programming for all ages. So people can stop by at any time and participate in our programs. If anybody needs any questions, I'm ready to answer if you have. And also, we have the COVID-19 at home test kit free at the library. If you want to pick up some, you're free to do so at any time, Monday through Thursday at the branch. And I think that's all I have. The next thing is also, we have letter writing campaign going on. As usual, every year we have to write letters to our councilmen and public officers and all of that. So if you want to help and support Moshulu Library, please go to the website and sign a letter for us. We also have paper letters that will be going out soon. So you can start with the online letter writing and support the library as usual. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jane, for joining us. We also connected a while ago, so I'm glad you were able to make it. I have a couple of questions. So this letter of support, can you share the link? Are you able to share the link or follow up on an email with me so I can support that?
Okay, I'll follow up an email with you. It's on our website anyway, but I'll follow up with an email.
Okay, and I wonder if this is something where I'm gonna, I guess, take this back to our district manager, but is this something where we can, our committee can write a letter of support that you can also take to the, you said this goes to the council member, the local council member?
All the public officials to the city, going to Adams and everybody. So
Okay, yeah, so
the letter is already written. So all you have to do is to sign it,
the
like
sign in, okay,
put your
okay.
information and send it, submit it online. Yeah, they've already written the letters for us, making it very easy.
Okay,
So
okay. I was just wondering if it might help to, I guess, add a letter of support from the community board, but I guess, I don't know. I'll just look into it, but I'm sure you just want
yeah, I
signature.
can, yeah, I can ask our Gabriel department and see if they can take that too. Or if you send a letter to me, I'll forward it to the government relations office and they will take care of that. So
Got it,
it's
yeah.
all, it's welcome. You can send it to me and I'll forward it to them.
Okay, I'll follow up
Ladies,
once. Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. Hi, Jane. I'm Jade. I'm the community associate at Community Board 7. I'm
Yes.
going to put my email in the chat if you can just add me onto the email as well with the letter of support so I can share it with my colleagues and the district manager.
Okay, so when you send it, you add her too to the email, right? Hello?
I can bridge that gap. So yeah,
Yes.
I'll find the link, I'll share with you, and then Jane, I'll connect you with Jade.
Right.
And then the last question I had,
Thank
Jane,
you.
is about the in-person programming.
Yes.
Does that include English classes for English language learners? And what else exactly does that include?
Yes, that we used to have the English classes at the Marshall branch, but due to the COVID, it's been suspended for some time. But that will resume later. I don't have time limit for that yet. I don't have a date for that. But
Okay,
it's going on at other locations too. Some of the branches are hosting the English language classes.
got it. So what is included in the in-person programming that has returned?
We have programs for kids, story hour, story time, and arts and crafts. We have book discussion and teen programs too.
Great, thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Jade? I meant to say Jane, not Jade.
Yes. Yes.
Hi.
Jane, when do you need this letter by?
The letter for the from the community board.
Yeah,
Hello?
do you have a deadline for the letter?
No, I don't have any deadline.
Oh,
because
okay.
what we have is what the library has put in up online for everybody to sign. That's
Oh,
already
okay.
written. But if community people want to support us with that letter, whenever you give it to me, I'll forward it to our government relations office and they'll take care of it from there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, and thanks again, Jane, for joining us.
You're welcome, always.
Okay, is there anybody here from CEC District 10? No, and then so I guess we will have Literacy Inc. Gladys, I see you're here. You have the floor.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. It's great to be here in community with you all. I do have a couple of things. So first and foremost, welcome May. We are actually beginning our Reading Everywhere programs tomorrow. These are all virtual and are actually our very first one is with the Bronx Library Center this month, and that is at 4 p.m. And because the weather is getting better, we are actually also planning a lot of events over at Poe Park. We actually have one on May 21st that we are collaborating with them. They are hosting a walk around the Bronx, I believe is how they are, sorry, how they are marketing it. It is a very long walk. I will not be taking that walk because it is very long, but we will have a table there for the day. It's an all-day event. I believe they're starting from 9 a.m. up until 4 p.m. So Literacy Inc. is proud to be there with them during that day. If you're bringing your families, please come by and say hi. And even if you're not, if you're walking, please also say hi. I love meeting people in real life because that means that we are real, right? We're not just behind the screen. She will not be coming. Don't worry about it. I will be able to go ahead and have a conversation with you on that day. Also, Link is hiring. We are looking to fill a couple of positions in our organization. We do go ahead and have positions open in Upper Washington Heights as well as in Inwood. More importantly to us here in the Bronx, we have my former position, which was the community engagement specialist position available. If you would like more information, I'll go ahead and leave my email in the chat. Or if you want to go ahead and send me your resume, that'd be great. Just go ahead and let me know that you heard about it on the Community Board 7 call. We are also going to be asking for a letter of support from our wonderful partner at the community board because we are part of the city's first readers initiative. So as you know, that is an organization, that is an initiative that is 17 organizations that have come together to go ahead and let officials know how important it is to go ahead and promote early childhood literacy. So that we do have a deadline for that. That's May 23rd, the deadline for that. So I just received it. Once I go ahead and put someone to bed, I will go ahead and forward that to you guys. If you could please, if you want to write one sentence on there on how literacy has has helped out the community, or even just the impact that it's had in informing you of what we do, that would be fantastic. And then, of course, as our chair mentioned, we are planning a June 28th event with the community board. It's super exciting to me because you guys are the community, right? You're doing this for your community, and that's what we're here for, to go ahead and serve our children. So I would like to know if we're able to have a meeting with the rest of the committee so that we can go ahead and start planning. I do need, if we are going to go ahead and take care of the flyers for that day, I do just need to go ahead and hand that into our department so they can get working on it, because it is a 2-week wait on that. So I know it's not until June, but my brain works on the sooner I have it, the better. So that is all that I have. Thank you so much for the space, and I am around. Thank you.
Thank you, Gladys. I know that was a challenge, but shout out to you, super mom and super community leader. I am looking forward to our collaboration in June, but I'm also looking forward to these events coming soon. I know the next one is on May 21st. I have to get back to you on this letter of support. I don't really know how that works yet, and I don't know what the turnaround time is, but I'm, as you know, I'm always glad to support you, especially if it's something like that. So committee members, stay tuned. Let's try to get involved, and let's set an example for the rest of the community board. June 28th. Does anyone have any questions for Gladys? Oh, go ahead, Gladys, if that's.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you so much. So just 2 things on the letter. We are asking for letters of support from our partners, but also as individuals. I know that it's one thing when you signed as part of a group, but you can also sign this letter as an individual. So we'll go ahead and send it out, and you guys can go ahead and make your decision on how you would like to sign it. But even before that, thank you all so much for the support and for wanting to go ahead and flourish this partnership.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Gladys? Okay, so I believe last but not least, we have Jessie from ENDGBV. Hello.
Hi, thank you for letting me speak. I know it's last minute. I'm Jessie from NGBV, which is the Mayor's Office to End Domestic and Gender-Based Violence. I know it's a really long name, but I'm an outreach coordinator in the Bronx. So I'm just trying to go to all the community board meetings and let people know about what we offer. So I'll just use my few minutes to talk about it. So for the Mayor's Office, we run the Family Justice Centers. These centers are in each borough. The one in the Bronx is near Yankee Stadium, and they're free services for victims and survivors of gender-based violence. So you can come to the center. Anyone as young as 13 without parental consent can come, and you can come with your children. There's a daycare on site and get free services from housing to visiting food pantry, mental health counseling. You can get different legal help. We have lawyers on site, so we have a ton of partners there, and it's all free for anyone, regardless of your, immigration status, sexual orientation, race, gender, whatnot, doesn't matter. And then so my role as a community coordinator is I do presentations for the community. So some parent groups often want like healthy relationship presentations or on domestic violence in general. And I also we table at resource fairs to give out information. My team speaks lots of different languages, so we can do presentations in other languages. And we also send free materials if you want our flyers at your organizations, like waiting room or you just want to give it out to folks you see. So I can put my email in the chat. But yeah, thank you all for all the work you do. And let me know if you're interested in a presentation.
Thank you very much, Jesse. I wonder if there's a committee that might also be better suited for you. We do appreciate you joining us, but I wonder, and if anyone can chime in, but if what's the name of that committee with safety and something?
Yeah, I know that education isn't necessarily like there's the direct line, but we do sometimes work with like schools' parent groups and talk
Okay.
to parents about noticing teen dating violence with their children. And just like we like to connect with the DOE social workers. So I figured just in case any DOE like people come up or they're looking for services for families affected by gender-based violence, but I also understand that it's definitely not a direct correlation.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Does anyone have any questions for Jesse? No questions. Jesse, thank you. I guess if you can share your information or your email in the chat, I'd be happy to follow up with you. Oh, you beat me to it. Yeah, so if we can get you to, I guess, present, I'll also share this with my with the district manager and see if that's something we can do. But thank you so much for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you all.
All right. I see that Aisha Taylor joined us. Would you like to, do you have any updates for us?
Hi, everyone. I'm obviously on multiple meetings at one time.
It's all good.
So thank you so much. Really quickly, I was listening. I apologize. I wanted to share that.
Real quick, Isha,
Yeah.
so people can know where you're
Oh
from.
yeah, who I am and where I'm from. Hello,
Yeah.
So my name is Aisha Taylor. I am the president for the Community Education Council in District 10. What that looks like is we have about 55 K through 8 schools, 2 6 through 12 schools, and 5 pre-K centers within our district. Is about 35,000 students. We have schools all the way, in Kingsbridge, not Kingsbridge, Riverdale. And we cover about 10 neighborhoods in this space in the Bronx. And so, yeah, that wasn't too much, right? So
You're good.
Thank you. So I know like I said, I'm a little late, but all the meetings that needed to happen in my space are happening at this very moment. And so I've been kind of like on virtual meetings all day, if you will. But I wanted to share a couple of updates with you all. And really, we wanted to make this a community effort because across the city right now, as you know, we just experienced like a change in government at every single level. And so with the new mayor and then also in the DOE space. And so the Chancellor Banks, he decided that he wanted to make superintendents, I won't say make, but they do it, have superintendents reapply for their positions. And so we're going through the process right now of setting up to hold a superintendent's candidates forum. And I'll send you all the emails. We just, like I said, we're still working out the logistics and the official details. It would either be on May the 17th or May 18th. And probably at around 6:30. But like I said, I will let you all know the specific details, but it would be great to have you all come into that space and just kind of help us kind of navigate that process, because I'm not sure how many people on the panel have children in District 10, but you do possibly may have children in the city. And so this is a great opportunity to select who is leading your child's particular school district. And we would love to hear the feedback from you all, even community members, and how the superintendent connects with the community boards and all of those things. So I just wanted to share those dates. Also, what other date? Our next CEC meeting is going to be on May the 24th, and we're going to have the Office of Food and Nutrition come in. I believe that the mayor is rolling out a new school lunch program, probably more plant-based. And so the Office of Food and Nutrition will be doing about a 30-minute presentation to let us know the details and what that's going to look like. And on June the 6th, we'll have the Bronx Borough President, Vanessa Gibson, have a community forum or a conversation with the Bronx Borough President at 6 p.m. for about probably like 30 to 45 minutes. And so, again, I'll send out all of those details, but I just wanted to share them with you and, plant the seeds now. And you all will be receiving some emails from me once we confirm the official, dates and times and create the flyers. So, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. And just so I'm not getting this wrong, do you pronounce it Isha or Aisha?
It's Aisha. It's Aisha. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
I'll start with the CEC meetings. Are they in person or are they virtual?
So right now until June the 8th, the open meeting law was only extended to June the 8th. We're not sure what's going to happen, what the governor is going to decide to do after that. So right now that they're virtual. And so that's a good thing. But
yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, and so hopefully they'll keep it that way. I just really feel like that's better, especially when you think about the public coming in. We have to have our meetings inside DOE school spaces, and so that would kind of keep a lot of parents who may not be vaccinated, out and unable to attend the meetings. So we'll see. But for right now, the May meeting is virtual, and I will keep you posted on the June meeting because it's actually the 28th. The June meeting is the 28th, which is I think the day after the last day of school, but I'm not sure what that's going to look like right now. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, please. I'm looking forward to checking out some of these CEC meetings. So then I'm assuming the superintendent. Okay, so about the superintendent candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a place where you get to see multiple people who are running for the same position or?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, and then just out of curiosity, because I do not know, do you see that, I guess, when it comes for people who are running to be a superintendent, do you see it, like their vision, does it play a big role in the things they actually get done?
So it does. And so I will be honest, we haven't met the candidates yet. Like I said, we're still doing the logistics. Like we get to meet them or like, so insider, because we can't share all the information, but for as far as the CEC presidents, we actually, get to review their resumes and stuff. I think we'll have that information by the 6th, that's this Friday. And so we'll be able to see, have some insight in who the candidates are. Right now, I don't know who the candidates are. You will get an opportunity to, I'm listening in on this too, but you will get an opportunity to ask them questions because even though we'll have a few questions pre-selected, I'm going to make sure that we take about 15 minutes, maybe even 15 to 25 minutes to take questions from the public.
Great.
Because it's very important. Like we really want this process to be, intentional, and superintendents, like, listen, they have a big responsibility, and listen, they're getting paid big bucks, you know what I'm saying, to run these districts. And we want to make sure that we have one that's actually gonna, elevate our children beyond, the education space. And so, especially in District 10, I feel like sometimes Bronx is often the forgotten, borough or the dumping grounds, if you will. And, so we just want people who are actually gonna elevate our children. So.
Gotcha. Does any committee member have any questions for Aisha? Does anyone from the public have any questions for Aisha? Okay, I'll be greedy. I have one more question.
Go ahead.
And this might be a little, sorry if I'm asking you to oversimplify, but just as I start thinking about questions that I want to ask a potential superintendent,
Mhm.
If I ask you, like, what are the three main issues for this school district, for school district 10, would you put like the crowded classrooms as in the top three, or what would you put in there?
So,
Like, what would you put as the top three issues, I guess?
so class size, that is an issue, but that's not the superintendent's. That's a whole nother, like that's a whole nother thing.
Okay.
I can actually send you over the job description because that's public, so you'll know exactly what a superintendent is supposed to do. Like some of the pressing issues, I know for like the District 75 students, that's a different superintendent, but we have students with like IEP, which is like individualized education plans, like 504 plans. Right now, their needs aren't being met for various reasons. Let's see some of the issues. Right now, student achievement in our district has been stagnant. And I'm hoping to work on some things. There's just so much going on right now, but maybe some data points to where I can show from the time that this particular superintendent came in to like where we are now. Student achievement is a big piece. Social emotional needs of students right now is a big piece because like we have some schools where throughout the pandemic and even current, the suicide numbers went up in K through 8. So this is an elementary school, and so those issues are important. Let's see. School lunch is a big one. That's a big one because students have been getting like expired or spoiled food, or the various schools, like if they don't have the right food, that the food that they're supposed to have based on the menu, ration students reporting not having enough food, that they weren't getting enough, all these different things. And it's a whole bunch of other issues, but from that level, and then you can get into the curriculum pieces, as well. Even after school programs right now, like students aren't even allowed, and I know that's due to the mandate, but if you don't have the vaccine, you can't participate in any after school programs.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's a forum that I'd like to attend. So I'm gonna do my
Please do.
Google, do my research, and I would like to ask questions that I'm mostly curious about.
Yeah, and can you would you do me a favor and send me an email so I can make sure that I have your email?
Yes, I'll email
and
you
then,
on the side.
okay, and then I'll forward over the like I said, the job description, so like that'll give you more insight. And then this is shareable. This is a public document, so it should be, you can share it.
Copy. Yeah, and if you want to go ahead, also for anyone who is in this meeting, if they'd like your email as well, please.
Oh yeah, I'll drop it
below. But I believe that is all. Does anyone have any questions before we conclude? Okay, our next and I believe last of the year meeting will be on June 1st. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is June 1st. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone then. If you want to wait on Aisha's email, please stick around.
I'm doing it right now. One finger typing.
Yeah, no rush. But thank you everybody for your time, and